Howdy there, folks! How are y'all doing? My name is Rees, and welcome to a video that is admittedly a day or two late. Nintendo did their big Xenoblade Chronicles 3 Direct. They live streamed the whole thing. I was at work, so I couldn't watch it then, and I've just not watched it until now because I actually wanted to record my reactions to it. I had a lot of fun doing that with the big Final Fantasy VII 25th anniversary stream, and I figured we would do that again here today. Now, I love Xenoblade Chronicles. I played the first one when it came out on the Switch, played the second one immediately after. Torna, love them both. Love 2 a little bit more. I'm one of those weirdos. I haven't played X yet. Not relevant today. I don't think it's going to be tied into this in any meaningful way, but 1 and 2 definitely are going to be based on the trailers we've seen and what the devs have talked about. So, very excited to watch this trailer. Really excited to see what they have for us. I'm assuming it's just going over the battle system and all that, but I haven't seen anything from this, so we're going in completely fresh, completely new. Up until the announcement of Crisis Core Reunion, this was the only game that I was really looking forward to this year, and I'm really excited that they're bringing it up a couple months, because wasn't it like a September game? Now it's a July game. That's really exciting. Let's not talk anymore. I've waited long enough to watch this. Let's get right into it and hope that that bar down there goes away. Yeah. Okay, we're going in. Oh, good. Not actual gameplay footage. Also, it says applause, but I literally hear none. Maybe that's instructions for us. Is this a blade? This looks like a blade. Like 100% looks like a blade.
You were all talk when you left here, but you've nothing to show for it, D.
Oh, spare me, P.
We should have sallied forth in the first place.
Surely the turn is mine.
I believe it's my turn.
Who are these people,
Honestly,
and what are they talking about?
You make more noise than the rabble at a feast. Even if you did stop its raging flow, it will soon burst through. Well then, let us see how far the flow brings them this time.
Well, I have no idea what that was about. It'll make sense when the game comes out, I'm sure. I'm sure there's theory videos.
We each have a lifespan of
We'll all have to go watch them after this.
We call them terms. Life begins with our first term and ends at the close of our 10th.
Victory!
And over the course of those 10 years, we fight continually.
Well, that sounds miserable.
Is that? Of course we're gonna survive. I've thought about this a lot. About what I can achieve. What I'll leave behind.
Then I think of tomorrow and the tremors are back.
What is
Will
this
I see
song?
the same faces when I wake?
Am I getting copyright strike for this, please, Nintendo? Don't.
Get ready. Now, the enemy is before you. Chase them to the ends of the world.
Unchecked, Ouroboros will lead this world to ruin. You must be erased.
These soldiers will nourish me, and we can always grow plenty more.
Stop toying with everyone's lives!
I feel like I have nothing to add to any of this because I understand none of it.
It was a choice.
If you've never played 1 or 2, there's no context for what's happening in those. Like, I recognize she's Gormati, but that's about all I can tell you.
3 months left. That about right?
Is that Van Damme? What's going on with him? I've seen all the theories, I still don't know what to think.
How many of you are getting made an example of on Hope's Rest this time? The lost numbers are attacking!
We have good reason to meet.
Oh, that boy's made out of Lego.
Bring peace and to set the world to rights.
He had just the right Lego proportions.
How many lives it's cost? Annihilator started moving!
This is bad, Noah.
Now I want to live. To live.
Was that the Nopon speaking? That did not sound like a Nopon.
So don't give up yet. This'll buy you some extra time. Use it. Stop this! I don't want any of your time!
If the world holds our lives back, I will end it!
These are our lives here! They're not some toys you can just play with!
Okay, wow. That was a lot to take in. Seems to confirm a lot of the theories about the clocks.
It is
and everyone's lives being on
Many have tried,
essentially a timer.
but none have ever managed to escape its flow.
There is no applause. You gotta stop saying there's applause. It's just not there.
What is it they need to stay alive? Water? Food? Certainly. But what we need most is life itself.
Is this just another trailer, or is this just continuing?
With the taken flames becoming your own in turn.
Oh.
Is the world of Ionios. The nations of Kevis and Agnes and their grisly conflict stand in contrast to its natural splendor. All this killing for the sake of filling one's own flame clock.
They're literally just explaining it to us. That's great.
From the moment of birth, fighting is all the people of Ionios learn. Their fate leads to everyone's destruction. Their lifespans are a mere 10 years. Surviving on the battlefield, fulfilling that 10-year lifespan of service.
I think we know who that is. Come on.
The ceremony in front of their queen is the highest honor.
Boy! This is not the world we were expecting at the end of 1 and 2, is it? This is not what we anticipated for them.
This honor as they fall in battle. Their souls evaporating into the beyond as the melody of the Offseers plays.
And this is lovely, but it really does put a damper on those happy endings from the first 2 games.
In today's presentation,
Kind of sours them a bit.
We'll introduce the world of the Xenoblade Chronicles 3 game and follow the main character's adventures.
So amped. I'm so excited. I don't want anything spoiled, though. I hope I don't get any, like, overt... I mean, part of me felt like maybe not even watching this and going in blind. Part of me wishes, like, if I was going to do that, that I'd never even seen the first trailer. That I just knew it was coming out and I completely avoided everything, and it was just all a surprise. But it's too late for that now, so...
You steal everything from us.
6 soldiers, 3 from Kevis and 3 from Agnes, were commissioned to take part in a special mission. Both parties, filled with mutual hatred, draw their weapons at first, but when they encounter a mysterious figure, they shelve their distrust and resolve to work together.
Because now, kids, you share a common destiny. They'll hunt you constantly, relentlessly, without rest. There's one place that might give you a chance. Sword March. The land pierced by a great sword. Our city.
Defeat the real enemy and restore the world to order.
Who's the real enemy?
This
don't tell me. We'll find out.
These 6 characters.
This is what we're meant to do. To send
it's a very
of the departed.
Popular Xenoblade trope. Whoever the bad guy is not really the bad guy. And I love it.
This muddy path, I've been more than ready.
The spark you on about? I'm not going to let you take the fall alone.
I've thought about this a lot. About what I can achieve. What I'll leave behind.
If anything, we should be questioning all that we've thought to be true.
Are these...
Differences are all a matter of perspective.
Are these randomly, or not randomly, but procedurally generated captions? Because I've noticed sometimes they're wrong in weird ways. I don't know if these were supplied by Nintendo.
Now fugitives of both Kevis and Agnes.
And I don't want to just be watching that the entirety of this. I want to be paying attention.
Learn the truths of their world.
Their role is to convey the Queen's directives to the colonies, along with handling admin and decision-making. Our colonies regard each other as enemies. But if the consuls giving the orders are the same, it means...
But these guys are mega suspicious?
I suspect they may be more deeply involved than we thought. With the reason why we fight, with deciding our fate.
Our fate.
Well, that has to be objectively false. The game has to have an end. It doesn't procedurally generate forever. It cannot be boundless.
Keep it together now, Mimi.
I'm being a little bit
Hey, look!
mean
There!
here.
Mimi, look! It's water! There's an oasis!
Speaking of Mimi...
Water?
Let's just hope it's not a mirage.
They could all take out their jackets and probably be doing a bit better. Risking sunburn, albeit, but still. Wow. Okay, the world does look amazing, though, doesn't it?
Landscapes.
I wonder how much of that is explorable. Like, can you get up on those mountains? Or are those, like, borders?
Like the lands they inhabit, the wild creatures here range from docile to dangerous.
I know that Xenoblade Chronicles X,
make no secret of their ferocious tendencies,
which I've never played,
keep caution in mind.
has much more of a sort of Breath of the Wild style exploration where you can just go anywhere, which is fantastic. Very different than 1 and 2. Which makes sense, because Monolith Soft was heavily involved in the creation of Breath of the Wild, so.
Both nations.
And presumably the sequel. It's amazing how they're just churning these things out.
Each colony is a Pharaonis. These are mobile bases and devastating weapons of war. Seek out these colonies to shop.
Can we capture them?
Dine.
In some way?
All finished.
Get to know residents.
Like bend them to our will? Oh, this looks fantastic.
Get a glimpse of the lives of
much more like the first game than the second looks of it.
World. Use collected materials to cook.
Okay. Similar to 2 then. It does just look like they're marrying the 2 together. Look at this! This is great!
Looks good to me. I think we'll find this useful.
And it makes sense, because that's what the world of the third one is. It's marrying the 2 together.
Explore every corner of these.
I wonder how the quests are going to be.
Encounters.
I hope they're more than just go here, kill this guy, go here, get this ingredient, you know? I think 2 did a pretty good job with quests.
And ferocious monsters. Enjoy the world and fulfill your wanderlust at your own pace. The locations you visit are saved as landmarks that you can quickly select and travel to, which makes
I'm gonna be here for
this
just
giant world more manageable.
Hundreds of hours, aren't I? I put
By enabling a navigation
so much time into
you
2.
can set a course for your next destination without fear of losing your way.
Oh, that's pretty sick.
There are plenty of other features that will help you in your adventure.
Maybe a bit easy
such as the
mode, but
ability
still.
to change the time of day to encounter monsters that only appear at specific times.
Oh. That's the thing in the game. It's a thing in the last 2. Okay, so this is what I've been waiting for. I'm excited to see how the battle system works. Maybe I'm unique in this, but I preferred the second game's battle system way more than the first's. And then I think Torna really perfected it. It was fantastic.
I'll count down from 3.
But I have a feeling this is going to be, because most people prefer the first game, probably more like that. But we'll see here.
Draw your weapon when encountering an enemy to seamlessly enter battle. Make your approach to attack automatically. Then, harness powerful abilities called arts to strive for victory. Arts have a variety of effects.
I'm just taking in the entire layout of the screen. There's so much going on
damage
on
based
screen.
on where you attack from. Or heal allies, to name a few. Each art is assigned to a button, making them simple and easy to execute.
So far, definitely seems far more in line with the first game, which is fine. I didn't dislike that
Each character
system.
takes on a specific role during battle. Attackers excel at damaging enemies. Defenders block enemy attacks and draw their aggro. And healers can restore HP to keep you in fighting shape. Each character playing their role
I cannot wait to hear the same 7 pieces of battle dialogue 12,000 times.
String String together arts to activate a combo and gain an advantage. Get the enemy off balance. Knock them to the ground.
Pretty
Launch
standard,
them into
sure.
the air, then smash them down. Stringing together successful combos is quite satisfying.
It is. In both games it
Link
was.
multiple arts with stunning chain attacks to devastate enemies.
I feel like I'm doing just mostly facial
Damage at once
expressions
and
as this
let
plays
nothing
through.
Stand in your way.
Just like, ooh, oh. It's like, yep, this is what I expected. I can't wait to find the one that works really well and just do it again and again. It does vary based on who you're fighting. What happened to your eye, boy? What?
An icon just popped up.
I'm sorry, sir?
Yours seems to be the only one not locked.
Oh!
Like a sparking light bulb.
I've never used this kind of blade before, but all the techniques I can use with it are flashing before my eyes.
Each character in your party has a class that influences how they battle.
I like that they trade clothes. That's great.
Each class.
I don't know how that works in the lore, but it's fantastic.
Sword fighter. Lead the fight with this well-balanced attacker class.
So if you don't like that, I assume, if you don't like the way one character, like if you like using a character, but you need them to be a different class, you can just swap classes between characters. I'm assuming, I don't know this, but what it looks like is like, oh, I really want like one of the characters in the party, but I really don't have a use for their class. I'll just swap their class with a different character. Like, is that how that's gonna work? Because if that's how that's gonna work, that's really cool.
Paper talismans called Mondo.
And I mean, it's useful to force you to like use all the different characters, so that you get attached to the whole party. But sometimes you just don't want to do that. Sometimes you just want to have a full like best girl party. But then again, it looks like you have all 6 in combat at all times. So maybe it's more about just customizing for whatever situation you're in and making sure you have like the optimal party.
Your class can also be changed to match that of your allies. Spend time learning multiple classes for a well-rounded team.
Yeah, there you go.
Experience earned on the battlefield increases your class rank and lets you learn master arts.
What happens when you change classes, though? How does that
can be added to a different class. With master arts, even your defender can take a moment to heal their allies. The more arts and combat strategies you wield, the easier it'll be to blaze through battles.
I can't get over the fact that they take each other's clothes, or like they copy each other's clothes. That's so strange. It's great, I guess, for just visually on the battlefield seeing what class everyone's rocking, just in case. Also, the game seems to be running pretty decently. Which, I mean, of course, the last one, the remake, the first game remade on the Switch ran
That's what I want the battlefield of my life to be. It's just that, as a mechanic, you can't start getting moody just because something's broken.
Now we see real Nopon potential.
That's right. Maybe it's impossible for one Nopon.
That's what I expect a Nopon to sound like. Not that! That's not what I expect a Nopon to sound like.
I can't run away from my responsibility.
I feel like my audio is way...
Everyone around you, it's always the same outcome. Following the playbook to the letter is hardly a strategy.
Maybe they're not supposed to be synced up to the mouth movements, but it feels like the weapons and the movements and everything else in the trailer is synced fine, but the mouth movements are not, and that might just be
Brave residents of Ionios
because they're not supposed to be.
Can lend their arms and aptitude to your team as a 7th party member.
Do I control them, or are they just there?
Only one hero at a time can assist on the battlefield, but you can swap them.
Why is one blurred out? Wait a minute!
Heroes also bring their own classes to your team.
Now hold on!
Guardian Commander.
Okay, now what? We don't know who any of these people are. Why would they blur one out unless we know who they are? You know what I mean?
Unleash more critical hits for higher attack power.
Maybe it's just something they don't want to spoil early game.
Heal party members and bolster them with various buffs.
I don't know, that's sus. That's super sus.
These are only a handful of classes that heroes bring. Your party members can take on any of the hero classes as they become your allies. Recruit more heroes for a growing combination of classes and arts in your party. Choose to don a class's look, or keep your current outfit. Find your fashion and fight for the future.
Yeah, no, I want them all wearing the same clothes. Absolutely. Can you do cosmetics in this, by the way? Because you could in the first game. At least the Switch version, but you couldn't in Xenoblade 2.
What is that thing?
This is no normal creature. It's something else.
You've got a real death wish.
Get out the way. You're just slowing me down.
The nerve on this.
I mean, these just seem like face mechon. Is that not what this is? Or possibly a really big blade? Or maybe both?
It's not over yet.
I felt her thoughts. Or maybe her memories. There were so many. And then they were a part of me.
Awkward. Not sure if I'd be okay with that. But at the same time...
Together in battle through interlinking, two characters in your party can fuse into a fiercely powerful form known as an Ouroboros. Here are the character pairs that can interlink.
So it can't just be any two characters. There's specific pairings.
Clear out the battlefield by using Mighty Ouroboros arts before time is up and the interlink deactivates.
Was it one from Kevis and one from Agnes for each of the pairings? I wasn't paying enough attention to know for sure. That would kind of make sense, though. That would have to be one of each. One from each different side.
So selfish. Selfish how? You know what I mean. Every time we interlink, they're the ones taking the lead. So you'd prefer to take the reins? I just want to do more.
Okay, it says you'd prefer to take the raids. It should say reigns. This is definitely, like, generated closed caption. Come on, Nintendo. Come on!
Despite being a single body, the Ouroboros is controlled by only one of the two characters. Swap between them to modify the form and arts of the Ouroboros to fit your approach. Earn points in battle to make the already powerful Ouroboros even stronger.
More to add to the playbook?
I'll make it count.
Ouroboros can also take part in chain attacks with the rest of the party.
Now to finish your turn. Look there. Keep your breathing.
Strike through! Upon this sword!
Okay. Cool. Again, not much to say on the matter. Just looks cool.
We were sworn enemies once. And yet, we all share the will to live in the now.
Until now, I was afraid to take that first step. But now, I can do it.
Not like we can afford to go just yet.
So now, I ain't afraid.
I ain't afraid.
While my flame still flickers to the bitter end.
But I'm gonna change. Both me and this world.
Just got another
We'll build it for us.
weird caption.
A world with the freedom to choose.
Oh, I've probably missed so many of them just because I'm locked down on the center of the screen. Are we done? Is that it? That can't be it. No way it's been like, what was it, 25 minutes or something like that? Oh my gosh. Xenoblade Chronicles 3 expansion
Broaden the world
pass?
of
Okay,
Xenoblade
good.
Chronicles 3 with a paid expansion pass.
Story scenario.
You can get the additional content shown here.
December of next year. Wowzers!
Xenoblade Chronicles 3 is compatible.
I wonder if that's going to be
with
like a
figures.
Torna-sized
Any
release.
amiibo to acquire helpful in-game items for your adventure. Tap the Shulk amiibo
to get Shulk?
Character sword to appear as the Monado.
Ooh!
Using Noah's sword fighter class.
Okay. Like that? It doesn't look exactly like the Monado, but sure.
Chronicles 3 launches July 29th. Thank you for watching, and enjoy your adventures in the world of Ionios.
No, thank you. Well, I feel sufficiently hyped. That was actually fantastic. And then there's a direct teaser here as well. I guess that's probably what they played at the beginning of the video. Wow! Okay. I feel like my mind is racing, so I'm sure if I sat here for like 30 minutes, I would have thoughts. But I feel like everything I was thinking as it was happening, I pretty much said. I'm really excited about this. I finished the first game and was like, okay, I'm going to take a break. I don't want to burn myself out on these. And then immediately same day went into 2. And I put well over 100 hours. I don't know the exact number. I want to say it was something like 160 hours into that game. I loved Xenoblade Chronicles 2. I might be the only person who loved that game as much as I loved that game. That game was fantastic. And the only reason I stopped playing it is because I ran out of things to do. I did all I mean, I could have grinded out all the blades and maxed them all out. But I was mostly having fun doing like side quests and stuff and interacting with characters and exploring the world and finding things. And I 100%ed the map. I found everything there was to find on the map. I did every side quest that there was to do in the game. And I was like, I want to keep playing, but there's nothing else for me to do. I was not burnt out. I was perfectly happy to just keep going. I played Torna. Torna is a lot shorter and a lot easier to 100%. I 100%ed Torna. And then I was like, okay, I'm going to just go back to 2. which is what I did, and I wish that there was more to that game. But speaking of, look, we can just go watch the Xenoblade Chronicles 2 Direct if we wanted to, but we're not going to. I'm very excited about this. I think this looks very cool. The Ouroboros system seems interesting. Can't wait to see how that actually materializes in-game. Cannot wait to figure out what's going on with the story because I have a lot of questions. Because obviously this game merges the worlds of 1 and 2 together, which, I mean, they started as a single world, and then the event happened, and they were split, but now they're back together. But it's not a happy ending that we got from the end of 1 and 2, where it seemed like everything was happy and everyone, like, you know, it seemed like all the characters were going to live happily ever after. But no, this world seems like it kind of sucks, but maybe it's not the whole world. Maybe it's not, maybe there's more than Agnes and Kevis. Maybe they're going at each other, but then outside of that, everyone's living happily ever after. Probably not, though. That seems unlikely. It seems very unlikely that that's going to be the case. I really wish it was, though. But that looked good. That looked good, and I'm excited to see where it goes next. I don't think I'll be like streaming it or anything, but you better believe I'm going to be talking about it in every other video that I make. It's just going to be mentioned that this happened in Xenoblade Chronicles 3 today. I don't know. I'm excited. I did have a plan to, over the summer, stream my way through 1 and 2, and then the date got changed. I was like, well, there's no way I could possibly do that, so I'm not even going to bother. I'm just gonna go into it and enjoy it. Well, I hope you folks enjoyed watching me smile dumbly through that entire thing. I'm sorry if I didn't have any sort of better insights. Why did my whole screen just flash black? That was weird. We're gonna hope that that's not a big issue. But yeah, I hope that you folks enjoyed this. God bless each and every one of you, and I'll see you later. Bye.